Hey guys, how are you doing? In the last video, we talked about Bio-A3 policy, and one of the component of that policy was climate resilient agriculture or CRA. In this video, we are going to talk about what is it and why do we need it and what are the tools of CRA. Then we are going to talk about National Innovation in Climate Resilient Agriculture NICRA, and also we are going to talk about National Mission on Sustainable Agriculture. And here we go. So let's begin this video with the definition of CRA. Climate resilient agriculture is a technology which uses a range of biotechnology, basically not only one technology but biotechnology and complementary technology to guide farming practices and reduce dependence on chemical inputs while maintaining or improving productivity. So you should ask the following question: exactly why do we need it? We need it because we need for the food production. And why we need it, hai na? Why do we need it? There are certain components which you should underline. And okay, so everything is clear if domestic, not only international, but we are talking about domestic, domestic food demand increasing, right? So domestic food, domestic, just a minute, domestic food demand, right? Okay, my pen, if it is working well, domestic food demand, domestic food demand is increasing. So when there is demand, you have to have a technology which can meet those demands. Then climate change is the most important aspect, which is the real fact. Climate change, average temperature of the global is increasing, and not only the temperature is increasing, there are other things also accompanied by heavy rainfall, hai na? Heavy rainfall, for example, not only heavy rainfall will cause flood. So we need those crops which can resistant to flood, right? तो उसके अलावा फॉर एग्जांपल आपने देखा होगा हीट वेव्स, देयर आर टू मच, बहुत सारी गर्मी हो जाती है ना. देन देयर इज कोल्ड आल्सो, लाइक दीज डेज इट इज वेरी कोल्ड आउटसाइड, राइट? तो जो टेम्परेचर है वो क्या है, बहुत ज्यादा कम हो रहा है, बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ रहा है. ड्रॉट लाइक कंडीशंस आर आल्सो देयर एट सम पार्ट ऑफ द कंट्रीज. ड्रॉट लाइक कंडीशंस, है ना, जिसमें क्या हो जाता है, सूखा पड़ जाता है. दैट इज ऑल्सो वन प्रॉब्लम. अदर प्रॉब्लम्स कैन बी फॉर एग्जाम्पल हीट वेव्स. सो आपको क्या करना है, व्हाट यू हैव टू डू, you have to maintain that food supply, and for that you have to have crops, those that can sustain these kind of erratic conditions. Then there are other things also, declining soil health also. Another aspect of why do we need it, because there is declining soil health, है ना. ये पेन बिल्कुल सही नहीं चल रहा है, but if you can see it, declining soil health, है ना. तो declining soil health is another problem. Growing air pollution, है ना, AQI index पे we have made so many videos, you can go through them. तो air quality index के बारे में बात नहीं करूंगा, but I am going to talk about air pollution, which not only affects us but it affects flora also. So it affects both flora and fauna. तो air pollution का भी क्या है, एक प्रकार की serious problem है. और जो सबसे ज्यादा serious problem क्या है, जो if crop failures, because of all those things, if according to one estimate, if crop failure is there, then it is going to decline food production, or at least staple food can drop. So staple foods, staple food can drop as low as, again, okay, just hold on, staple food can drop as much as 30%, as much as 30%, है ना. तो जो स्टेबल फूड अगर कम हो गए तो इट कैन हैव अ सीरियस इंप्लीकेशंस फॉर अ कंट्री, राइट? What are the tools of this CRA? CRA have biofertilizers, biopesticides, soil microbes analysis, AI driven analysis, and genome editing technology. For example, last time we talked about recombinant DNA technology, that is also going to be used. To withstand heat, we should have some kind of genomic or gene editing tools. Like we should have those tools which can make crops to withstand salinity, right? Then pest pressure also. So there are many other things, and in this way what we are going to talk about, if you look at it, so there are certain aspects. For example, genetic modification, why do we need it? Development of crops with enhanced traits, for example drought, food resistance. What are the benefits? Improved yield and survival of adverse conditions. Then pest and disease resistance, we have talked about Bitti Binjal. I'm going to talk about that soon. Inner engineering crops to express traits that deter pest and diseases. What are the benefits? Reduced chemical pesticide use, lower environmental impact, and this is very important, on the line of NM, National Mission on Sustainable Agriculture, right? Then soil health improvement, microbial interactions, then crop diversification, rapid development of new variety and intercropping system. For example, the benefit are going to be enhanced biodiversity, reduced risk of crop failure, which is most important. Then sustainable practices, for example, supporting precision agriculture. And I was also reading in the economic survey about micro irrigation techniques, right? So micro irrigation techniques, you should be, आई होप आप लोगों ने, बहुत सारे लोगों ने एक बार बेसिक तो देखा ही होगा इकोनॉमिक सर्वे को, राइट? कार्बन सीक्वेस्ट्रेशन, इट इज फॉर टू फाइट क्लाइमेट चेंज, contributing to climate change mitigation efforts, crop design to enhance carbon capture in the soil. All right, so these are the basic things. Now quickly one after another we are going to talk about. For example, ड्रॉट एंड हीट टॉलरेंस के लिए क्या है? क्लाइमेट चेंज है, क्लाइमेट चेंज के कारण क्या है? एरेटिक रेनफॉल and heat waves है, therefore there are drought and heat waves like conditions are there. So we have drought tolerant maize, DTMA. This is drought tolerant maize, if you can look in the picture. Now this was developed using marker assisted breeding and transgenic approaches, widely adopted in Africa, South Asia, है ना? 20-30% yield इसकी क्या है, मतलब है stability under water stress, right? जब पानी की कमी हो. DT rice, for example, this one, सहभागी धान इंडिया में, डेवलप्ड यूजिंग QTL मैपिंग फॉर ड्रॉट टॉलरेंस. ओके, इट परफॉर्म्स बेटर अंडर रेनफेड कंडीशन, है ना? जहां पर अगर आप देखोगे इंडिया में अकॉर्डिंग टू द डेटा, एंड फ्रॉम इकोनॉमिक सर्वे ओनली 51% रेनफेड एरिया इज देयर इन इंडिया, राइट? सो अगर आप देखोगे तो इंडिया में कितना 51% नेट सोन एरिया है, और ठीक है, जो क्या है, रेनफेड है ना? तो 51% नेट सोन एरिया, रेनफेड नेट सोन एरिया, राइट? अभी पेन बहुत घटिया चल रहा है शायद, आई एम सॉरी फॉर दैट. Mechanism is what? Gene controlling root depth, osmotic balance and stomatal regulation. Those are the techniques. Then if you go through another, food and submergence resistance, extreme rainfall, कहीं पे बहुत ज्यादा rainfall है ना, flooding like situation है, तो then we have submergence tolerance rice variety SUB1 gene developed by RRI, using molecular breeding, and it can survive 2-3 weeks of complete submergence. Adopted in food prone, it can be adopted in flood prone regions like Bihar, Assam and Odisha. Why biotic matters? Conventional breeding failed for decades, so single gene introgression, right? This one SUB, single gene introgression SUB1 was there, the technology will solve this problem. Salinity and soil stress resistance, so that is again one problem. Those areas where there are saline water and soil is also degrading, so sea level rise होने से क्या होगा? irrigation mismanagement, और उसके कारण क्या हो जाएगा? salination. तो जहां जहां पर अपना कोस्टल एरिया है ना इंडिया में, तो अगर आप देखोगे तो ये कोस्टल एरिया गुजरात से शुरू हो जाएगा, यहां से, है ना, डाउन हियर, राइट? ओके, गुजरात, महाराष्ट्र, गोवा, देन कर्नाटका, केरला, तमिलनाडु, आंध्र प्रदेश, है ना? तो these areas they have this kind of problem, salinization problem. So salt tolerant rice variety was developed, CSR30s, right? Pocally derivatives, GM approaches, experimenting with gene regulation on iron transport, sodium and potassium balance, right? So that is again one way to solve this problem of salinity. Pest and disease resistance, this is most important. BT brinjal, BT cotton in India, है ना? तो इसमें Bacillus thuringiensis, यहाँ पर recombinant DNA technology which we have discussed in length in the previous video, right? So we have talked in detail at length, right? तो उसको go through it, you will understand the basics of recombinant DNA technology. Climate change expands pest ranges and disease outbreak. So this is, and another aspect of the same problem is virus resistant papaya was also developed and the industry was saved in Hawaii, so that can be used in India also. Climate link क्या है इसका? Warmer temperature मतलब higher pest survival. So biotech offers built-in protection. That is one beauty of this, है ना? Biofertilizers, again most important. Not all biotech is GM crops, genetically modified crops. Microbes themselves are silent heroes, है ना? Like rhizobium, azotobacter, mycorrhizia, right? तो आपको पता होगा ये क्या है? नाइट्रोजन फिक्सिंग बैक्टीरियाज हैं. They can improve nutrient uptake, increase drought and heat tolerance. PGPR, plant growth promoting rhizobacteria. They enhance root growth and stress tolerance. What are climate advantages? Lower chemical fertilizer use, lower N2O emission, nitrous oxide. This is greenhouse gas. Just don't forget it. CH4, CO2 and this one nitrous oxide, जिसको laughing gas भी बोलते हैं. These three, and apart from F gases, fluorinated gases, improved soil carbon, that is again the beauty of this technology, right? Okay. Now, if we talk about faster climate ready crops, speed, breeding and genomics, climate changes fast, biotic helps breeding catch up. For example, CRISPR-Cas technology, which is gene editing technology, it can be used for drought, heat and resistant, heat disease resistance के लिए, faster and more targeted than traditional GM food. Genomic selection saved papaya industry in Hawaii, which I have already discussed. So seen as next generation sustainable biotechnology. National security under climate stress, for example, golden rice, which is precursor of, it has beta carotene, और beta carotene क्या होता है? Precursor of vitamin A. So that is important. Food fortification is another topic which I have already made video. You can go through it. Iron rich pearl millets via biofortification and genomic selection, again Hawaii का example है. So climate resilient agriculture does not mean only eat. It also has, it does mean national security. And in this, on the same line, we talked about national innovation in climate resilient agriculture. This project was launched in 2011, aims at strategic research and adaptation on mitigation, demonstration of technologies on farmer fields and creating awareness among farmers and other stakeholders to minimize climate change, है ना? तो जैसे इसका सबसे पहला काम क्या था? Identifying most vulnerable districts or regions. For example, in this map, you can see this area is drought prone area, drought and heat waves, these colors. Then this color coding is drought and flood. For example, you can see this, this color is orange color, okay, and you must be knowing about the colors. Then red colors is heat waves and high temperature. So identification of these districts, this is in this particular diagram. So evolving crop variety and management practices for adaptation, not only adaptation and mitigation, है ना? Adapt करना, उसको अनुकूलन करना. Assessing climate change impacts on livestock, fisheries, poultries, and identifying adaptation strategies to enhance resilience on Indian agriculture of climate variability. है ना? Go through it to validate and demonstrate climate resilient technology on farmers field, which is the main aspect of this NICRA. Again, to strengthen the capacity of scientists and other stakeholders in climate resilient agriculture, CRA, to draw again policy guidelines for wide scale adoption of resilience technologies and option. And finally, before winding up this video, let's quickly talk about this NMSA, National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture. And I took this note from economic survey. So you can go through economic survey. The NMSA is recognized as one of the 9 missions within National Action Plan on Climate Change, because we should have, जैसे इंटरनेशनल प्लान होता है वैसे नेशनल एक्शन प्लान भी होता है, किसके लिए? क्लाइमेट चेंज के लिए. दिस इज मोस्ट इंपोर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट. The NMSA has identified key climatic adaptations. कौन-कौन से उसमें? Including enhancing water efficiency के लिए, managing soil health and nutrients, providing crop insurance or offering credit support, strengthening value chains, delivering agro advisories, promoting farm mechanization, managing agriculture waste, developing integrated farming system and supporting organic and natural farming practices. This is most important for your mains exam, but not only for mains exam, this is also going to be used for your preliminary examination, PT examination also, right? So preliminary में भी, prelims में भी आ सकता है. It also emphasizes climate resilience, variety, livestock, fish culture, promoting these initiatives through various government schemes. So you have to write your answer in such a way you integrate everything. So this is the one question for you to write answer. Climate change has intensified abiotic and biotic stresses on Indian agriculture. In this context, examine how biotechnology can enable climate resilient agriculture while aligning with the objective of India's Bio-E3 policy, highlights key opportunities and as well as policy and ethical challenges. So thank you so very much for watching this video. So if you really like our video, don't forget to hit like, share button. Don't forget to subscribe channel. Thank you so very much. See you guys until next time. Till then, goodbye. Thank you.